All right. Hello, YouTube, and all of our friends that have been joining us. We are really happy you're back here with us again. I am super excited to have Max with us from Ferrum Audio. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, and we have the Vanda right here, which this is beautiful. Like in person, like I've seen photos. This is my first time getting to see one in person. I've been super excited about their brand for a while. I really would love for us to actually carry their products, and I think I'll be reviewing maybe this piece right here, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we're gonna be able to bring your product into the TSAV lineup because I've been really impressed with what I've been reading about. So tell us a little bit about this product.
Okay, so Vanda. Wandler stay, it's from German, and in German it means converter. In Ferrum we have a philosophy that we don't like Swiss knives. We are doing specific devices for specific tasks, and we want to excel
at that
specific task. Yeah. So Wandler, the heart of Wandler is our serce module, and serce in Polish means heart. So this is our digital heart of, this device, and you know it has all of the digital inputs of Vanda. So USB-C.
Let's look and show them.
Let's show them.
I mean, you have so many options. They literally thought of everything.
AS, ebook, coaxial, optical. We have even I2S, which is becoming really popular right now.
Absolutely.
Some even say it sounds better than USB.
Yep.
And
HDMI ARC, so you can run it into your TV, which I think is brilliant as well. I mean, I wish every manufacturer would include that because, I mean, it just gives so much versatility when you do. So.
Yeah, and about the serce, we have five digital filters for oversampling, and we're using as a DAC chip ESS 9038 Pro.
It's a great chip.
Serce, right now, with Serce we're using HQ filters from HQ Player.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of Ruin users, you're familiar with HQ Player.
Prepared by UC Laco.
Yep.
And with Serce we were able to bypass the first oversampling stage of the ESS 9038 Pro and do hold the oversampling in our Serce module with those filters from HQ. And really, Wandler is it's a different beast with HQ filters.
Oh, I imagine.
It is really noticeable that it sounds different.
Right.
And about the other side of ESS, because some say that there is such a thing like Sabre sound signature.
Sabre sound, or they all sound the same, or a Sabre DAC is this or that. You can tell, but
But it's not about the chip; it's about the implementation.
Yep, implementation is critical.
And really important, it's the first analog stage, so it's the current output of the ESS.
Right.
And 9030 Pro is a really tricky one because it is popular to parallel those current channels, but then it has really high amount of this current, and most of the operational amplifiers start to distort. And the typical solution is to okay, we're not combining those current channels. We're giving different separate current to voltage converters, and then combine it on the voltage side. But here's the trick. Another problem. Those separate current to voltage converters, they have different resistors and tolerance, so there's another source of error. So we've decided to go completely different. We've still combined the current channels, but we've designed our new, completely different current to voltage converter, which consists of the really fast low noise current feedback amplifier and the current buffer. So it is able to achieve real low THD with still real low noise and with those combined current channels. And that's why this is one of the main factors which decides that this implementation doesn't sound, it doesn't have the Sabre sound signature.
The typical sound that people associate with a Sabre
this metallic snare in highs or so on. So that's the main thing. And Yeah.
Oh, and it's got a beautiful. We don't have it plugged in now, but it's got a beautiful touch screen
Yes.
that's also color,
Yes.
which is that's brilliant.
Yes,
I love
you can.
that.
You can most of the things you can do by the touch screen, and we even have the ambient sensor, so it adjusts automatically to to the surroundings
So the,
and the
like
ambient
light
light.
room or a dark room if you're listening at night.
You can even adjust the sensitivity of this, how much it will adjust. So yeah, there's a lot of things. And we have also a trigger input for automation purposes. But I should talk about our power supplies.
Please, yes.
Because here it is the vape connector, which has it has 4 input pins. Because with Hipos we have the 4TSD function, and our cables have 4 wires, and 2 of them are for power delivery, and 2 of them are for voltage measurement. So Hipos is able to compensate for the voltage drop of the cable and to keep the voltage steady on the load, not on its output.
Okay.
So this helps really a lot, and this changes the thing quite substantially.
Awesome.
Yes.
And it looks like we have a couple questions here. It says.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So it says here, wondering if the Vanda is designed to be used as a preamp for the or if it replaces the ERCO?
It can't replace the ERCO simply because ERCO is a DAC and amp combo. However,
okay.
it has internal
Preamp for,
yes, and you have the digital and analog volume regulation, and all of the analog volume regulation is fully balanced.
So you could use this in a 2-channel setup as well and have a fully analog preamp if you wanted to. Oh,
yes,
that's beautiful.
Yes,
beautiful.
You can also do this too, and we are able to achieve the fully balanced design because we're using 2 Muses chips for the voltage regulation. So yeah, that's another really good thing.
Good, great question. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. It's another question. Kevin would like to know: is there a major performance difference adding the Hipos to the chain, assuming the Vanda, Hipos, or stack is the optimal chain?
Yes, it is a really substantial change. At least one level of performance different. With Hipos, you're able to have much more microdynamics.
Okay.
Yes, but for the we even sell the Hipos and Vanda stack, but to do this you need a power splitter. So it will split
Active
the
speakers. Yeah.
No. It's a splitter for the power supply.
Oh, okay.
So from the one cable you make a splitter for Vanda and OR.
Got it.
So yeah, we're prepared for this too.
Okay. Cool. Great question. Awesome. Thank you for those questions. And so tell us about the rest of your lineup. So you've got, like you said, it's about building a stack. Like you can see, it's not a one size product. So tell us about the rest of the products in your lineup.
Okay, so our first product, it was actually Hipos.
Okay.
And Hipos is a really versatile power supply because we have 5 to 30 volts output voltage range and up to 6 amps of DC current. In transients, even 9 amps of current. So, and even 80 watts of DC power to the output. And yes, but I've said already about the 4TSD and this whole cable drop compensation. But Hipos is quite unique design because we have even a list of compatible devices, so you can choose from them, and there's less possibility that you will damage your device because you just pick from the list and you're good to go. Additionally, we have such thing like a sweet spot tuning. Okay. You can change the voltage up to the 1/10 of the volt.
Wow.
And for example,
you get a lower noise floor in some cases, right?
Yes.
If you're able to adjust that.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. And for example, for Vanda and or ERCO, actually it's ERCO. Because it's from Esperanto. It's ERCO.
ERCO. Thank you.
You can change from 22 to 30 volts.
Okay.
And it is quite interesting because more devices are having switching power supplies inside them.
Right. Yep.
And by changing this, you change the input current and you can change the input noise current. So it changes the reaction of the for the current which is drawn by the load.
Right.
And for example, with Vanda or if you change to 22 volts, it becomes more meaty but
Wow, that's cool.
you lose a little bit of the detail.
Sure.
Where you go to 30 volts, there's more details, but there's a little bit less bass.
Yeah.
So
It allows you another way to tune your listening experience, essentially.
Yes, but the most important thing about Hipos that is a hybrid design.
Okay.
It is not the full linear design, because if you want to have such high output voltage range and such high output current in such compact device, the heatsink will be the size of the moon. And still will be not enough.
It's too big.
It will be enough to dispose of all the heat.
Right.
So we've gone for the hybrid design, which means that we have a switching power supply.
Okay.
And after this, there is the linear
Okay.
regulator. So we have the efficiency and the fast transient response of the linear regulator and low noise.
Okay.
But we still have the typical linear transformer in there.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
I love it. Let's see. It says, Christopher says he's heard many great things about it and used in varying applications. Very innovative design.
Thank
so
you
he's
very much.
complimenting you. Yeah. And then, okay, cool. This is a great question. So Perpdola says, what is your setup when you listen to headphones or speakers?
I mean, I'm a headphone guy and mostly planar guy.
Okay.
But in my home, I have right now with the Odyssey LCD 2C.
Okay.
And I really like them a lot, even though it's quite the first. I mean, one of the more cheap one for the Odyssey.
Sure.
But I really like them a lot. Because they're really fun to listen.
Yeah.
They really I like those the 6 kHz peak, which make them a little bit noisy. But
Right.
I love them. I love it about
Yeah.
them. Yeah. But in work, in my in office, right now I listen mostly to the Vanda and the LCD5 or ZTMF Caldera.
Okay.
I love them a lot.
Yeah, I've heard such good. I listened to the Caldera last year. I really liked it too.
And you should try it with OR and Vanda.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Great question.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. If you have any more questions, drop them in. We can go about 10 minutes more or so. So, okay. So, what about the rest of your lineup?
Okay. So Hipos was our first design.
Right.
Well, it's quite a funny story because I've actually started with OR and I've made 3 prototypes, but then we decided, okay, first of all we need power supply, and I switched to the Hipos. But I wanted to say that we have a team of designers. I'm a hardware designer. I started as a software designer, but then I switched to the hardware.
Okay.
And I mainly sit in the analog parts of our devices.
Right.
Our R&D team consists of 6 persons, 3 right now of the hardware design and 3 software designers.
Okay. Cool.
When I get back to OR, which was our second device, I mean, one of them finally make it as a final product.
Right.
From those prototypes. And yes, I mean, OR is a discrete headphone amplifier.
Okay.
The main power amplifier discrete, the preamplifier stage with the volume regulation is based on the integrated circuits, but we use specifically one operational amplifier because of its characteristic. I mean, it has quite a lot of the. It still has low distortion, but the second harmonic is the dominating one,
Right.
so it sounds really pleasant.
Very cool.
And I'm not going to go into too much detail, but there are specific characteristics of it which ends up in this sound signature. But OR it has a modified Class AB output stage, and modified I mean that it never lets the output transistor to fully turn off. It goes into some kind of the current source mode, and it stays in the more linear output characteristic region. So this is really important. And okay, I'm gonna say about this one specific characteristic which makes that this OR is really detailed, but no metallic and overwhelming in highs. It's about the open loop gain of the amplifier.
Right.
When there is it is like something when you would turn off the feedback and look on the amplifier without feedback. So you need a broad bandwidth in this open loop gain, and not necessarily high gain, but then OR has 60 kHz of open loop bandwidth. So all of the audio band is evenly treated. So there is no this thing that have precise. Really precise bass, but then have bloated highs.
Right.
So all of the audio band is treated evenly, so that's why or sounds how it sounds.
Okay.
So after this, we decided to go to Erco, Erzo. I sound
Erzo.
Erzo. Yeah, Erzo. Erzo is the amp and DAC combo. We use their ESS 9028 Pro DAC chip.
Still a great chip.
Yes.
Yeah. But again, it's about the implementation.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's about the implementation. But here the amplifier is not a discrete one,
Okay.
but it is a integrated. I mean, it's a composite integrated circuit amplifier. So we have again current buffer and the one who is doing the heavy lifting in the voltage domain.
Right.
So yes, I mean it is similar, gain and configuration to the OR, and again analog input, so it can be used as a preamplifier, and optical input, coaxial input, and USB input.
Okay.
But in difference to the OR, right now here we have the 4.4 millimeter
Pentagon, yeah.
Pentagon output, and yeah, I mean it is a mix. So Vanda and OR are our top of the line amplifiers.
Right.
When Erco it's a little bit considerate in the price.
More value,
yes,
a little
but
bit.
you have more functions, right?
Right.
And Vanda additionally has I haven't said it has a remote, but Vanda is our the newest product, and right now we're really proud of that because
It's beautiful.
what we have achieved with the current to voltage converter and with the Serce module gives us much more versatility in future products.
I love it. Very good. Let's see. There's, okay. So Kevin says, are there any streamer options in Ferrum's future? And if you can't say, you don't have to say. But if not, what is the preferred synergy for a streamer? What do you guys like to use to bring in a streaming signal?
You know what? I don't have some sort SOTM devices work really well, but we are thinking about streamers. We would like to implement them in future. We haven't decided how it will if it will be the streamer alone,
right,
or some kind of integrated device.
Right, with streaming integrated.
Yes, but we're really considering this
for
future. Yes, for future.
products.
And I'm sure there will be something.
Yeah.
I cannot say right now what it will be and how it will look, but there will be.
But it's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Great question.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. Yeah, I like it too, Christopher. He says, I like the aesthetic of the little piece on the face plates and everything. It's clever design. So yeah, I really think so too. The whole design is really well thought out, you can tell. I mean, it's really quite beautiful.
Yes, we wanted with our aesthetic design, we wanted something which would be minimalistic.
Minimalist, yeah.
Minimalist, but still not boring. I mean,
Right.
and that's why it's a quite simple block, but this curtain thing adds a little bit spice to it.
It does, and a color to screen too.
Yes.
A color touch screen is also.
Yeah.
I mean, the technology is there. I wish more manufacturers would implement that into their design. So I commend you for that. It's very cool. Okay, cool. We probably have time for maybe a couple more questions. So, all right. So we've pretty much covered your whole lineup then. So, right.
Yeah.
So basically. And then if people want to learn more about your products, they can go directly to your website.
Yeah, we have ferrumaudio.com, and
you have beautiful photography too. I have to compliment you guys on that.
Yeah.
It's really well done. Yeah. So what do you do when you're not building and engineering? What do you do for fun?
okay, so now I'm a passionate skier.
Oh, yeah, I imagine, yeah.
I haven't been to States already for skiing, but I would really like to go to Utah.
Check out Lake Tahoe also too. Lake Tahoe you might enjoy. Yeah,
yes.
Utah.
I mean, I'm an instructor in Poland.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh, cool.
so I have the qualification for instructing. Yeah, I mean, this is my favorite sport right now, and I like to read a lot. Right now I'm reading the Oppenheimer biography, American Prometheus, in English. I mean, that's a challenge for me from the language side. I mean, I'm constantly on my phone checking the words.
Yeah. That's cool though that you do that. That helps you learn the language. That's phenomenal.
it is useful for me because I use English a lot for work purposes.
Yeah, you're doing
as well.
great. Yeah, you're doing awesome. Your English is
Thanks.
awesome. And then what about music? So like what type of music do you love to listen to? What really gets you excited to listen to?
You know, right now I don't even I can tell that I have one specific genre.
Sure.
I mean, I started from rock music, but I even sometimes listen to some kind of hip hop, rock music, jazz music. I really like a lot lately music from movie, from
movie
movies.
soundtracks.
Yeah,
oh
movie
yeah,
soundtracks,
love
yes.
that too. Yep.
Yes, I'm quite a lot. Hans Zimmer soundtracks, Ludwig Göransson, again Oppenheimer movie. Yeah, I mean I'm a lot into this stuff.
I love it. Good. And it looks like we got a couple more questions, and then we'll probably wrap up. It says here, let me put it up on the screen. It says, I've had Vanda since launch. It's outstanding DAC with the HQ filters. Pair mine with a OR. So yeah,
that's a perfect match.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Great stuff. Yeah, let us know what headphones you're using too. And then Perp Dolo would say, I think you kind of talked about it a little bit. How would you describe the sound signature of the OR or the? How do you say this again?
Erzo.
Erzo.
Okay, so I've always wanted to make reference stuff. I mean, for everybody this word means something different, as it is with natural sound or neutral.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I always wanted to make an amplifier which you not actually listen to the amplifier, you listen to the headphones.
Right.
And you're just choosing the headphones which you like.
Right.
And that was the thing. So yeah, when I have to describe it, I think it's neutral.
Neutral sounding, yeah.
But
but not
the thing,
not the metallic highs.
Not
either.
the metallic, not too analytical.
Too analytical.
Yeah, those highs aren't overwhelming, and for example, people really like to listen to Susvaras with OR.
Right.
Because OR is quite it's for this small box it's quite a powerhouse because at 60 ohm we're able to put on the balance output 8 watts of power.
Wow, that is powerful.
So we're able to go over 120 decibels on Susvara.
That's amazing.
So I mean that was the thing, and with Susvara, those highs aren't. For me, sometimes Susvara, personally, they have too much highs.
Yeah.
With OR, it's perfect. I mean,
it smooths that for you.
Yeah.
It's a good synergy, basically.
Yes, and the bass response with Susvaras and many other headphones. I mean, it goes. Especially with planars. I mean, that's because of the planars, right?
Right.
But they're not maybe too punchy, but this deep bass extension.
Deeper bass. Yep. Than a typical dynamic. Okay, cool. So we got like a couple more minutes. This is your first trip to the States. How's your experience been at CanJam? How do you like this?
LA, I haven't seen such a thing before. I mean, you go 40 miles and it still goes into the city. I mean, in Poland you would have already a rural side and you've passed 3 or 4 villages. But I mean, I'm overwhelmed right now.
There's a lot. It's big, yeah.
You go on the 405 and there's 7 or 8 lanes of that. I haven't seen such a thing before. Yeah,
funny.
But I'm enjoying it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it is a completely different experience. I haven't seen such a thing.
And then, is this how many CanJams have you been to CanJam? Did you go over when it was in Europe, or is this your first CanJam? So this is your first CanJam too?
Yeah, that's my first CanJam too.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Good, awesome. It looks like. Okay, we got one more comment. Perp Dolo says, if you come to Utah, definitely ski Deer Valley and Snowbird.
Deer Valley, yeah.
Very cool. Well, awesome.
Thanks for the suggestion.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll probably wrap up right now. Keep watching. We have one more live stream coming up today at 2:30, and that'll be our final live stream of CanJam for this year. And because I have to go to a talk to the reviewer session or something like that, I believe it's called, for HeadFi and CanJam. But we are really excited to meet Max, bring him here, and hopefully with a little luck we'll be carrying their products, and I can definitely review the Vanda very soon, and so look forward to that. And if you have any other questions, feel free to drop comments in the video after the fact and share this video with friends or anybody that you think might be interested in watching, and we'll see you on the next video at 2:30. Everybody have a wonderful day. Thank you, Max, so much, man. It was a pleasure. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys very soon. Take care and see you in the next one.